Oh my god. Like, who wants a makeup tutorial on this look? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm finally gonna be using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm sure you've seen this all over. In case you haven't, here is what it looks like on the inside. Let me actually turn the lights on so you can see. This palette is so beautiful. If you saw my haul video, I did mention that I've never actually used Morphe products before. So, I mean, I've used their brushes and stuff, but beyond that, I have not tried any of their eyeshadows or anything like that. So this is gonna be kind of like a first impression on Morphe, and of course, a first impression on this palette. So just to save time, I finished all the rest of my makeup. I have everything completely done. I did already prime my eyes. I think I'm just gonna wing it. I think we're just gonna see what happens. The first shade that I'm gonna pick up is this shade right here. And this one is called Silk Cream. And I actually am using a Morphe brush. I have used Morphe brushes before. What is going on with my hair? Which is going on super well and blending really nicely. I'm not gonna put any of this actually on the lid, just above, kind of in the crease. The next shade I'm gonna pick up is this one right here, and this one is called Butter. And I'm using a Zoeva brush, a Luxe Soft Definer brush, and I'm gonna go over the shade that I just laid down. The shade Jax right here. And I'm gonna start by placing this. I think I'm gonna do a halo eye. So I'm gonna place this in the outer V and then the inner. I'm just taking a smaller Zoeva brush. What is this? A detail shader. Picking up the same color, but I just want something a little smaller to get in the inner corner. And going back to that pointed brush that I initially used with that same color, and I'm just gonna kind of bring the two inner and outer edges together. I'm gonna go back into that first shade, Silk Cream, and I'm just gonna kind of soften the edges here. I don't know if this is gonna look good, but I'm just gonna do it. So, using the same brush that I used to really densely pack on the Jax shade, I think I'm gonna pick up, what is this shade called? I'm gonna pick up the blue shade, which is called Twerk, and I wanna layer this like right over the top. I don't know, hopefully it looks good. So I pretty much just added like a tiny bit of the blue color in with the red in the outer corners. So now it's super dark and like really smoky and intense. So now I have to pick a shade that we're gonna put in the center of the lid. I think I'm going to use this shade right here, which is SBN, which means smoky but natural. And I'm just gonna actually use my finger. I just want to try and blend out those edges one more time. So then I'm going to move on to the lower lash line. I'm going to start with the shade Butter right here. Back into the shade Jax, the deeper red shade that we used all over the top. I want like a little, like a fluffy kind of pencil brush. And I'm gonna go into the first shade that we used up here. What is this called again? Silk Cream. And I'm just gonna kind of blend out the edges so it's not so harsh. So all I did was take a tiny little brush and I picked up this second lightest shade here and I put it right underneath the brow bone and then in the inner corner of the eyes. I freaking love that shade. It looks so good. So I'm gonna really quick put some eyeliner on my upper lash line, and you know what, maybe I'll live life on the edge and actually put the dark color on my lower lash line as well. I'm gonna put on some mascara and I'll be right back. All right, so this is definitely a more dark, intense look. Perhaps more appropriate for the fall time, but this is what happened. I had a few issues along the way, mostly because I am not that creative. I'm not very good with putting colors together, but I actually really like the way that this came out. And on my lips, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in the shade Kristen, which I think goes really well with this look. Okay, overall first impressions. I am actually, for never having used Morphe before, so I know that they were talking about whether or not a formula was different. Now with this formula, I think everything went on really well. I think the pigmentation was great. Everything blended really easy. I surprisingly, for all the mistakes I made, I actually really didn't have that much fallout on my face. Like almost none at all. I'm very impressed with the mattes and the way everything blended. Like to me, nothing looks muddy. I really enjoy the colors that she picked in here. I do want to try and do another look trying to use more of the bright colorful shades, or maybe even like an all matte look. Let me know if you like this. Let me know if there's any other colors or shades that you would like to see me use from this palette. Thank you guys so much for watching what I felt like was a hot mess of a video. Overall, again, like I said, I really did like this palette. I didn't really have problems with it. I wasn't super impressed with the shade Smoky but Natural, but I think that's because that specific shade is meant to be a little more subdued and toned down. So I kind of can't stop looking at myself in the mirror, which is super narcissistic of me, but I don't know, I feel pretty in this. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!